25-day health and fitness challenge that we're doing here, of course, going live. I'm going live for 25 days straight. I am. You're in the right place at the right time, and let's get to it. I'm not going to waste any time jumping right into it here. Of course, as you know, we're doing a challenge here. We work out for 25 minutes every day here for 25 days. December 25th, Christmas Day, we're giving ourselves the gift of health to ourselves and also to our family members. Right, right, we're doing that. I am a little tired here and everything. Been a long day, what have you, and it's time to get some sleep here. It's 11:32 at night. I just finished working out, took a little nap, just finished working out, and now it's time to do my live, of course, here. I want to stay committed and doing this and all that. Am I a little tired? Absolutely. Probably can hear a little bit of my voice possibly here, but I hope you guys are having a great holiday out there, of course, here, hanging out with family and friends, stuff like that. Those that have to work, you know, blessings to you, of course, there, and hopefully you'll be able to get off early enough to enjoy some of the food and all that good stuff like that. But tonight, let's get right to it. Tonight, I want to talk about. I have my notes here right beside me here, and tonight I want to go right into. You probably read the title of it. Day 23 of going live, of course, 23 days straight. I did miss the first day I missed, and I missed the fifth day. I had to teach a class, and so I had to teach. So I missed those 2 days there. But anyways, let's get right into it here. Day 23, the live topic is how to keep the momentum going on after a challenge. Because after a challenge, a lot of times there's a drop off. A lot of times, a lot of challenges. I've been part of challenges before in the past, and I did a challenge before a while back. I have this one guy named Funk Roberts. I did this challenge. Really just a good person. And I did his challenge, and his challenge was great. I mean, lost weight, did all this, felt better and all this. But at the end of everything, guess what it was? Guess what? At the end of I think his challenge was 90 days. We did. After 3 months there, guess what happened? Gradually, things started coming back gradually. And you would think after 90 days, things wouldn't. But of course, what I realized was hanging out with certain friends. It was when I was on 90 days, I had a strict rule of going to sleep at 8 o'clock. I was going to bed 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9:30. I woke up early in the morning to train. So I woke up early in the morning to train. I have to go to bed early. I have to. And this was at the time too. I was acting like I was in the military. So I had strict. I gave myself strict orders to go to bed ASAP. And I had my phone. I had alarm on there to tell me like an hour before going to bed. Start winding stuff down. Get the phone off. Turn the lights off. Just kind of winding down slowly and everything. But I'm saying to say that I was real structured. I had. And of course I was aware of stuff too, and I had different challenges along the way. Had something called habit stacking, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as we continue on with this topic here. Um, but the fell off was real at the end. I miss before I was getting 4 days a week of weight training, and still getting 2 days possibly cardio. I was getting when I did the 90-day challenge. Um, and then I would still try to get 10,000 steps in too. Sometimes I would. Sometimes I wouldn't. I would just get the 4 training sessions in, and then I'll get 2 days of yoga I would get in. But after that failed there, I started hanging around friends again here, staying up late again, and just all the combination of things that was staying up late with friends, going to different restaurants, of course, because a lot of times when you hang out with your friends, we associate possibly going to different restaurants and trying different foods out, stuff like that. Because I wasn't eating at home as much. I'll work out, say 1 week I'll do 3 times a week. Next week I might do 2 times a week. And then I get back to 4 times, and it just wasn't consistent, everything that I was doing before. Stopped drinking my gallon of water on top of that too. It's a lot of things I stopped doing. I would drink, some days I drink a gallon, but it wouldn't be consistent like every day. So I'm sharing this with you. This is something that coming from me now. So I know the pitfalls that can happen. And I've shared some right now here, of course, especially hanging out with friends. And of course, you don't want to alienate your friends and don't hang out with your friends or family. You want to do that, of course. You want to take trips and everything, but you just want to plan ahead. That's a key thing here. You got to plan ahead. So now what I do, I'm going to dinner tomorrow. I'll be going early dinner tomorrow. So guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna eat possibly a little bit beforehand before going to this holiday function tomorrow, because I don't want to overdo it tomorrow. Don't. And then we still got that's Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, of course. You have food all day long, so I don't want to overdo it per se. Let's get into this here. I want to keep it going here, but hopefully there's some tips that can help you out there and some things to be aware of. And that's the whole thing about this. It's all about being aware of stuff here. So drop off is real. It is. And some things that happen to people. And I mentioned one thing I just mentioned a few minutes ago, my own journey was structure. Yeah, structure. Structure is a big one for a lot of people here. And give me 1 second, guys. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I sneezed there. One thing that's real here when the fall off comes is structure. And that's what I kind of allude to. Mine, I was doing when I did the 90-day challenge. I did. It was I made it even more structured. I gave myself. I acted like I was in the military. His program wasn't like that, but I acted like I was in the military. So I gave myself every hour was accounted for. When I did that, I made the most progress on it. So many things I made so much progress on in 90 days, and it was just because I had true structure. I mapped out the night before what I was going to do this hour right here. And also I used an app called what was it? What you call it? Google Calendar. I used that too. But let me tell you some of the things that people drop off and why they drop off. One, I'm looking at my notes here. Structure goes away. Like right now, we have structure in the program right now we're doing. We have people on Facebook, we have people on YouTube, we have people in a group text messages that we have, and structure goes away. It does. Daily reminders stop. No one's checking in. You have no one to check in with. Um, what's another one here? Life gets possibly more hectic, and you don't have the accountability of looking at text message group and seeing, okay, this person worked out, and kind of challenging yourself there too. Even though the challenge is with yourself, but you kind of see other people doing stuff. Oh, I need to do stuff too, because you're in the group. It's almost like the herd mentality in a sense that when you go to college, most people go to college to go to school. They go to college to go to school, get education. So what you do, you go to the library afterwards and all that. Your people in your lab group, you have four people in your lab group. They say you're going to the library, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna go to the library too. I mean, you don't have to go to the library. You could just chill and just relax, but you choose to go to the library and everything. And a lot of times, challenges are temporary for a lot of people. But we want to um, redefine that tonight here. That's what we want to do. Yep. So, and of course, we talk about this over and over. I always talk about this. It's not about perfection. It's not about perfection. No, it's about being consistent and disciplined. That's the key thing here. Consistency, of course. What is that? Showing up every day, or whatever you have mapped out for yourself. Right now, we've been doing 25 days straight. So I've been showing up for myself every day, every day, every day, every day. I'm showing up right now, doing this live at 11:39, um, 23rd of December here. I'm doing this late at night here. But you want to show up for yourself. Consistency is it. And then of course um, you want consistency and discipline. You want to have, of course, here consistency showing up every time. Discipline, of course, is doing stuff when you don't feel like doing it. That's it. When you go to work when you don't feel like going to work, you go to work. Why? Because there's consequences there. So you need to have you have to have a bigger why of why you're doing your training, your working out that you're doing for 25 minutes per day. You know, some people do this too. It's another thing people do. I'm gonna give you three things that people do that kind of take them from after doing a challenge, and they just spiral downward and just get back out of shape and all stuff like that. Because doing the 25-day challenge, some of the results you should have is just, first of all, feeling better. And then top of that, you probably lost some weight too, especially if you're being aware of stuff too. Drink your water, getting your fiber in, going to bed at night, a combination of weight training, a combination of a few things in there. Absolutely, you easily can lose. In 25 days, you can probably easily lose, I'd say 6-7 pounds there. That's all depends on where you're at on the scale, of course, of how much weight you have to lose and your body fat percentage and stuff like that, of course, and what type of training you're doing and stuff like that. But I mean, you can easily lose that right there. But let me tell you some things that get people off track. I want to make sure I say this before I get off track again. So with that said there, a lot of people, they try to add more to what they're doing before. But you don't want to do that. You just want to keep it. If 25 minutes was working out for you, then keep it at 25 minutes. Of course, yeah, if you can do 35, like during the challenge, 25 was a minimum. But of course, if you can do 30 or 40, do 30 or 40, of course. Like I did tonight, I think I did 30 minutes I did tonight. And then I think 3 days ago, I did 45 minutes 3 days ago. So, if 25 working for you, let 25 work for you. And let's keep it going here. You want to build around your real life. And it's tricky. This one's a tricky one because things gonna come up. Like they say, life will be lifing. They say. I don't know if that's correct English there, but we'll go with it. um, but yeah, the life will array its head up, and you're like, man, what am I do here? How am I going to get all something to get done? And you will. You're not looking for. That's the thing about it. A lot of times people think they're looking for like a perfect day or a perfect time to work out. It's like, mm-mm. You want to be consistent and disciplined. That's all you want to be. Consistent discipline. Consistent discipline to do many other things. You're consistent discipline. You're disciplined and consistent to watch, Netflix or whatever shows you're watching on Netflix or Apple TV or Hulu or Hoopla. I think it's called Hula. One of those things that it's called. I'm just joking. Yeah, I know what it's called, but that's what you want to have and all that. Yep. And the momentum, that's another thing too. The momentum of needing eyes on you disappear because you're not in the group chat. You're on Facebook. You're not in a group chat on YouTube. You're not in a group chat on the personal group chat that we had, text message group chat that we had going on. You're not on that anymore. So you're used to having 10 people, in the group chat talking to you back and forth, and you've seen other people do stuff and all that. There's something called the Hawthorne effect. It's called the Hawthorne effect. It's a research term, and the Hawthorne effect is, of course, when people being watched, they actually will change their behavior. And of course, sort of like if you make a decision to do a challenge in a group, a lot of times you have a Hawthorne effect happening. So guess what happens? Now you're in a group here, people are working out, and you don't want to seem like you're not the person working out. So what you do? You'll work out. You'll follow the path, almost like the herd mentality here. So but you don't need the 10 people watching you. All you need is some people need a group. Some people may need a group again. Some may need a coach again. Some may need a partner. But what you need is accountability from yourself. That's what you need. And accountability from yourself is that discipline and consistency. Those two things. But let me ask you, what has happened there? Okay, I don't know what happened there. What have you, um, okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay, what have you gotten from, I don't know what happened to it here. Hope I'm still live here. Let me just verify to make sure I'm live on my other phone here. Let me check just to make sure. Am I live? I don't think I'm live anymore. It says I'm not live right here. It says, that's weird. Well, I'm gonna keep on going here. I don't think I'm live anymore. Well, I'm gonna keep on going, and then if I'm not live, then we'll go from there. Hmm, that's weird. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. Okay, we'll keep it going here, guys. So one thing I want to it's three questions I have for you. Three questions I want you to ask yourself. And I'm gonna look at my notes here. What habits from this challenge felt the easiest for you? What habits gave you the biggest return? Which uh, which one do you know you can keep up for the next 30 days? That's a classic one there. Let me say this again here. I'm gonna say it all over again. What habits from this challenge felt the easiest? What habits gave you the biggest return? Which habits uh, that you can keep up for the next 30 days that you learned from this challenge here? Those are questions you want to ask yourself, and those things you want to do. Biggest thing I got from this challenge here is that I would say what habit at times was easiest probably was just working out in general. I mean, all I need to just start and I'm good from there. So that wasn't a problem, that working out itself and knowing what I want to do. That wasn't easy. That wasn't hard at all. What habits gave me the biggest return? Biggest return was just being consistent with everything. I've learned so much. Even going live, I learned so much now, and doing the shorts and about the text message group and Just a lot of stuff I learned from on the back end of stuff here, technology wise. And then we're gonna keep going for 30 days. I'm gonna do another 30-day challenge. We're gonna do January 5th. We have another 30-day challenge, and I want you guys to join us for the 30-day challenge here. We're gonna be going, excuse me, on January 5th. We're gonna go 25 days again. Excuse me, 25 days. So it'll be total. January 30th will end it. I should say. All right, let's keep it going here, guys. I got a few more things here, and I have to get some sleep here. And I hope I'm still live here. I looked at my phone; it didn't say I was, but sometimes technology messes up. But it says I'm live right here. It does say I do see, I do see a number counting down. So let's keep it going here. And again, I want to make sure we got that January 5th. We're going to be going live again, or doing a challenge. It'll be open again January 5th. So you want to involved with that, register with us, of course, here. I'll drop the link down in the description here. You can go live, you can go do 25 days strong. We can do it with us again. It's called the DRJH3 25-day health and fitness challenge we're doing. So we go for 25 minutes straight, we go for. And we have different mini challenges along the way of the big challenge. The big challenge, of course, is 25 days straight. We're doing 25 minutes of working out. And then in that, we have the little small challenges in that. Because the whole thing is about building consistency. That's all we're trying to do. Discipline and consistency, that's all we're trying to build. Because you know how to work out. You've been working out ever since you've been a kid, moving around and stuff like that. Now as an adult here, don't move as much. So we need something to trigger that. We want to live healthy. That's a key thing here. We want to live healthy. I have friends, people I worked with in the past, $2 million, $3 million net worth. I mean, truly, they're liquid. They can be liquid, $2, $3 million easy. And a house on top of that, a house probably $1 million, something like that. But their health is awful, They had a lot of stuff to do. And he said that if he could do things back over again, he would want to, spare his health. And I said, I can understand that. I totally get it. And that's why I do stuff I do. And I want to help other people out there doing it too. But one thing too, at the end of this challenge here, kind of going back to the list of things about people drop off. Another thing is actually people not changing their identity crisis, and you don't know who you are by no means. But in your head, you have to see, because everything starts up here, of course. Everything is with the mindset. So the mindset is, okay, you work out. Yes, I work out. Someone asks you, do you work out? Oh, I'm doing the challenge right now. No. You work out. Even though you're doing the challenge, you work out. Do you work out often? I'm doing the challenge right now and all this like that, everything. I'm not eating for 3 days. Don't do that now. I'm just saying now. This is how people reply back. And of course, with yourself and all that, what you want to do is you want to, you want to, I was gonna say, you want to have the identity shift. That's what I'm sorry. You want to have identity shift. I'm tired. You want identity shift. That's what you want. And identity shift, you want, like myself, I always see myself as an athlete. I always see myself as an athlete. I love working out, training, helping out people out and all that. So I look at myself uh, as a health guru, as well as also I like relationship stuff. I like talking about relationship stuff too. A relationship guru as well here, and relationship about like dating stuff like that. I'm talking about. But you have to see yourself in a different way and all that. Motivation is, it comes and goes. Motivation comes and goes. But if you have an identity, who you are, and you have to be your own leader now. Yeah, because eventually you're going to be on your own here. And what does that mean? I mean, and the thing about it, you have been on your own already, because you're of course you have structure with the chat here and all that. If you're on the Facebook group, or if you're on the YouTube channel, or if you're on the personal group chat that we have, text message chat that we have, you have heard people testimonies. You heard different things, but you just have to you have to put together your why, identity, your why, consistency, and discipline. Those are the key things you need to move on after you do any type of challenge. And I'll probably get this talk again the next time we end the challenge, next challenge we do coming up here. And let me look at my notes here. I have a few things here I want to say here, just to make sure I said everything. Yeah, I said everything. Yeah, you have to look at yourself like someone that moves daily. You have to look at yourself like you are a person that eats healthy. You are a person that drinks water. Of course, you can drink whatever you drink and all the sodas, whatever you drink like that. But if someone asks you a question or you ask yourself, you should be able to say, oh yeah, I do work out. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you're a different person now. You're a different person now. And so hopefully that's what has changed you. Working out, training, this whole challenge has changed you. Hopefully it has from that perspective. Yep. We're going to keep it going here, guys. So day 23, of course, here we're talking about day 23. Day 23 is over with. It is 11:52 at night. I just also want to jump on here, so definitely going I didn't mean to go this long, and I meant to go like 10 minutes on here, but I went longer tonight. But definitely, I'm gonna get some sleep tonight. You guys get some sleep too. Of course, we're doing day 23 is a wrap for this challenge here. Of course, it's Dr. JH3 25-day health and fitness challenge. We work out for 25 minutes straight. We work out for 25 minutes straight for 25 days. We're doing this here. Of course, Christmas Day is our day that we end our challenge. And the 25th, of course, we're giving ourselves the present. We're still working out 25th, but we're giving a present of life to ourselves and to our loved ones. Yes, we are. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys join us. Oh, that's another thing. Let me mention this. Like and subscribe and share to the channel, of course, here, as well as we will be starting up January 5th. We'll be starting the new challenge. I'll put in the description how to sign up for it. I would love for you guys to join us with that. With that said there. And I think some people from this challenge actually will join us again on that challenge there. There's something about being in a group and something being organized that really makes people feel a little more like it's doable to. But you remember that you have been working out when you were a kid. You've been bouncing around, jumping around. Now it's a little more structure. Now we have because we have other things going on in our life and stuff like that. And maybe some people have some health illness and stuff like the health, illness, something like that going on as well. But you just have to believe that you can do this. Even if you're not with the challenge. If you don't do the challenge again coming up here in the future, but you can do this. You have to believe it. You have to believe that. So with that said, guys, I'm gonna get on out of here. I want you to finish strong here. I want you to finish proud of yourself. I'm proud of yourself. You took this challenge because you didn't have to take this challenge at all. You could have tapped out of this challenge a long time ago. You could have said, you know what, I'm done with this challenge here. This is not for me. This is not what I want to do. You could have tapped out halfway through the challenge. You could have tapped out, but you did. And I'm grateful that you stayed with the challenge here. You should be grateful for yourself. Your family should be grateful that you did it. I definitely know you learned some stuff through this challenge here. And let me know, of course, earlier, let me know what you learned from this challenge here. What's something, what was it? What was the easiest things that you believe that you can do now? Yeah, let me know. Let me know in the chat here. Where were they at? Right here, yeah. What habits from the challenge felt the easiest? What habits gave you the biggest return? And which ones do you know you can keep going for the next 30 days? Those are questions I asked you earlier on everything. So I'm gonna get out of here, guys. Take care. We will see you very soon here. Day 24, day 25. We're almost there. 2 more days away from end of the challenge. Cannot believe it. The first challenge ever. And we'll start it all back again in January 5th. Cannot wait. It'll be a beautiful, beautiful time. 2026 is gonna be an amazing year. Take care of yourself, guys. Like, subscribe, and share to the channel. And we talk to you very soon. Take care.